Morning Hustle Show. L'Oreal, we have a very special guest in the building, and you know he's special because I waited for him, okay? Lemuel Plummer in the building.
Hey, let's go,
the owner of Zeus Network, founder of Zeus Network, and the person that everybody is talking about and trying to get next to. Is that right?
Hey. Are they? No,
you know what's going on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.
I'm honored to be here and appreciate your patience. So thank you.
You're really a big deal in a space where you see a lot of things going on right now. It's a lot of changes going on with content, and you kind of was ahead of the wave, ahead of the curve when it came to a lot of things. But you've been working in this business for quite some time, even your family, right? So now you have some of the biggest shows that are going viral, crazy. But some people, they know you from Baddies.
No.
Some people,
they know me from Baddies is crazy.
Yeah, they do, because you're ultimately the creator, correct? Of all
Natalie,
the shows.
No, Natalie's the creator.
So she came up with the show.
Yeah, it was her idea.
And then she came to you.
She presented it.
And what is your relationship before this?
I never knew Natalie prior to Baddies.
Really?
Never met her. Day in my life.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you was working on some things, and this is something that I didn't even know. You did the Monique show back in the day.
Yeah.
You was working for BET, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you got into that because your family was already into production, correct?
Yeah, my parents own a couple local TV stations across the country, so I grew up in the business, and that's how I got my start.
But this isn't nepotism, because some people are saying, oh, his parents are rich, and that's why he was able to do this. They were rich TV producers. They had it all, and then they just gave it to him, so he's privileged.
No, that didn't happen.
Do you hate when people say that? Because you work hard.
Yeah, for me, I do work hard. I work very hard. I was very fortunate to learn from my parents. And, we had a great upbringing. They were very religious. And still are very Christian, owned a bunch of Christian television networks.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like complete opposite.
Yes, so, we see.
But yeah, it was a blessing to work with them and to have had that type of experience. And no, I started actually when I moved to LA. I was a PA for Extreme Makeover Home Edition. I was very talented at editing and filming, and I was a good cinematographer. And then that kind of opened up a lot of doors for me to produce and then direct and put a bunch of like sizzle reels together. And I think when certain folks saw it, they were like, oh, he's talented. We should, give him a real opportunity to produce, executive produce. And it kind of just like went from there and just went up. So when I was 21, I got a deal at BET as an executive producer.
Okay.
So, and that's how I kind of pretty much got put on as a producer for the Monique show, the Family Cruise, and a few other BET shows, Vindicated, where I created and executive produced that show. And it was great. It was a great experience at BET. Learned a lot at a very young age. When I left BET, ended up starting my own full service production company. And there were like no black owned full service production companies that facilitated the shows. Most of the shows that were on television linear networks were produced by white production companies. And so I saw a void there, and I just said, look, I got to be one of the first black full service production companies.
Oh.
And I sold the Preachers of LA franchise to Oxygen, and that was the one that really catapulted me and my production company to really go a little bit more mainstream, and generated a lot of revenue, gave a lot of folks jobs, and then ultimately wanted to launch my network.
And which is crazy, because I hear you say prior that your parents they're very religious. So how do they feel about these programs that you have out? Because I see titties, ass, fighting, some of the programs.
They have mixed feelings. They're happy for me and the success that's happening right now, but I think that they, are. I don't know. We don't really talk about it. I think it's just not their cup of tea. Which I think they're older. They are very religious. So I they understand entertainment and television, and I don't think you don't
talk about
that's not. Yeah, it's just, we don't talk. I mean, it's not anything to not talk about, but I just think that they're not really interested in that type of programming, and it skews very young. It's it's just not their. My dad, even the secular programs that he watched, Star Wars and my mom was more of a Oprah fan, and so
that makes sense though.
Yeah, their type of reality shows are completely different.
So what made you go from being behind the camera? I used to see your faces blanked out. You and your brother.
I was blurred.
Yeah, it was blurred out. I could still know who you were, right? So
really? You could tell that was me?
Yes.
Okay. That's great.
You, your brother, a few of the guys that are behind the scenes on the show. Yeah. What made you do that, and then what made you change into saying, like, you know what, let me just show myself?
I didn't want to really. I was okay. Being an executive producer on the shows, I play multiple roles at Zeus.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm the CEO, the founder, but I'm very hands-on when it comes to our programming because I'm very creative. I like to. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been producing, I've been editing, I've been shooting. So I love the process of pre-production, production, post-production, online, all the way to delivery. And so being an executive producer and a CEO, sometimes I'm just, I don't want people to really see my face because I don't want them to get distracted, from the folks behind the scenes, because we do break the fourth wall, with our type of programming, and breaking that fourth wall, whether it's me or our other producers, it does give a sense of realness, and it makes it feel more raw, uncensored, unfiltered. And that was kind of part of the strategy, was like, look, we want to be able to see cameras sometimes in the background. We want to be able to see the operator. I like that. You know what I mean? It feels less like a
scripted, like how some people are now trying to say.
look, she got all right.
No, but it. you had some people, a couple cast members, say that it was scripted.
Yes.
And Big Irie, Tasiki has said it, Akbar. Are you getting rid of those people? Because we did see a live between you and Natalie. And you said anybody, it's not scripted. You spoke out on it. So these are people that have gotten more success based off of the show. So do you feel like it's time for them to go?
Well, they've gone online and they've actually apologized. I never told them to apologize or say anything. We don't script the show. There's no script. We don't sit around and put
this one fights this one
together.
And this one goes here.
Yeah, we understand who has conflict and issues. That's part of having producers. You got to track these storylines. Otherwise, it would be all over the place.
Yeah.
So, you want to be able to tell a story in a cohesive way, where there's, beginning, middle, and end storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And all of our storylines have been real. Now, whether the girls go back and they do their own story production in their minds, we're not a part of that. We don't sit around, and we're not a part of the peanut gallery where it's just, hey, girl, what do you want to do today? That's not part of our process.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do that, they're scripting stuff out themselves, or we're not a part of that. That's not a Zeus thing.
Yeah, that's what kind of makes you guys unique, is because we have seen so many reality shows, which I've even been a part of, Love and Hip Hop, which it is, I'm not going to say scripted, but it was times when I'm in front of the camera and they're like, hey, we want you to more so say something like this.
Right.
So it's not that it's necessarily written down, but they do suggest.
We don't do that. We don't do that. We track the storylines. They tell us, hey, look, I don't like this girl. We had beef prior to the show or during the show, or okay, cool, tell that story.
Right.
Address it. That's kind of the furthest we go. We don't tell people what to do. We don't sit around and script out the show. We don't heavily outline certain things. We internally have to track the storylines, and we have to understand what's going, because it changes every day.
Yeah.
We don't know, like one day, these particular folks may address a conflict, and then on the other side, there's another storyline that's morphed into something because of somebody putting, a name on somebody's door. We don't. Those are things that we don't create. So,
or because somebody's being accused of being your side chick.
Oh, I don't know.
That has happened numerous times. There's been situations where they say you sleep where you eat.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're doing? Because that messes up business, right?
No, I don't do that. That's not. Everybody's known about my relationship with Janisha,
Yeah.
I mean,
But that was before you even started Zeus.
But she still works for the network. I mean, she works for Zeus. So, she's a host, she's a producer, she does all sorts of things.
But is that awkward because now you guys have went through a divorce or whatever?
We've never been married.
No?
I've never been married. I've never been engaged.
I swear to God, I thought that,
No.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I thought that the two of you were married. This is something that I even saw online, that y'all were together, married for 11 years.
Yeah, that we have never, like, our relationship has never been marriage at all.
You've never been married.
We've never been married. We've never been engaged. We've never had children. I don't have kids. She doesn't have kids. So yeah, we've been in a pretty standard girlfriend and boyfriend relationship. And we weren't together for 11 years either. So that's just false. We haven't even known each other that long.
Are you kidding me? No. Okay, so do you feel like the situation that went on between you and her kind of jades you for further relationships and letting it be out in the public? Because I did hear you say you don't have to put your relationships out in the public, even though everybody is saying you're dating Scotty. So, do you just feel like that kind of puts you in a bad place where it's like, I don't want my business out here because this ruined this relationship? Is it that?
I like to keep my personal life private, like I said, publicly before. I don't think that's really anybody's business.
You're too big to have a private relationship right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie.
I appreciate that.
Do you feel like that?
I appreciate your opinion.
Yeah, but you don't feel like that.
No, do I feel like I'm too big for people?
I feel like you're too known. I feel like you have a lot of eyes on you right now. There's a lot of cameras around you at all times. And things are, like you said, it's not scripted. So we are seeing things, and it does look
like... We're talking about two different
No, I'm talking about all together, right? Because if you're saying scripted, right, you're... One of your shows on your network, or none of them, you're saying, like, unless it's like you specifically have like a sitcom, you're not going to have a script. Yeah. But when you see certain things and people are like, well, they're always together. Why he's not with the other ones? Why he's not with... People do see that because they're looking at you.
I'm at a place in my life, like I said, where I'm finding me. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And part of finding you, consists of, where you're headed with your spiritual journey, your love life, your career, your finances. I mean, it can encompass a lot of things. And I think, God has blessed me tremendously to be where I'm at in my life. And, I never thought in a million years I would be blessed to have folks, working for me, as many folks, especially folks that look like me, that are black, that are minorities, that we're paying like top dollar to. We have amazing talent that we're working with. And so for me personally, I'm like I said, I'm finding me.
So we're not gonna see you and Scotty holding hands on the carpet no time soon.
I feel like again, personally, I'm going to keep my personal life private. If I want to hold hands with whoever, you'll see. Sure.
No, that's right.
I mean,
okay.
It could be anybody. I mean, but like I said, I'm just finding me. And I think Scotty is absolutely amazing. She's very beautiful. She's talented. She's she's a sweetheart. She's great.
Yeah.
And I think I want her to continue to succeed, and I want her to continue to grow in her personal and professional life. And if I could help bring out the best in her professionally, even personally, great. That'd be awesome. But I just think that, like I said, for me, I'm not really trying to explain where I'm at. Yeah. Publicly.
We can move on.
You can ask me whatever questions. I'm not uncomfortable at all. It's just for me. I don't feel like, like when somebody's in the process of finding them, they don't always have the answers.
That's true.
So it's like, people go down their own healing journey and their own path of, I like, even in my spiritual life, you know what I mean? I grew up a certain way. I was a virgin till I was 21. I was super Christian. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't drink. I didn't have sex.
And now the internet got you doing threesomes and all kind of stuff.
Those random ideas that people have. But I think that, for me, just even where I'm at spiritually, like I said, I'm growing in that area. I'm growing in my career. And people ask me where are you headed with Zeus? I don't know. There's a lot of different
What?
thoughts.
I know where you headed. Can I ask you about
I'm just
it?
saying, I have ideas.
Yeah.
And I have thoughts, and maybe I don't publicize all those things. Like when they ask me about Zeus, just the company in general, and I'm just like, because I don't want to put it out there until I know.
I know that's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
In every aspect of my life, I'm not gonna just say I'm with this person or I'm with that person and I'm doing this in my professional life. I'm not going to do that. But I think there's a lot of amazing people out there that are in the same position as me.
Right.
So,
well, you do have major things on the horizon. Now, one thing I did see is that you are going to release the film Magazine Dream.
Yes.
Johnathan Majors. Now, this was something that was big at the time when he was allegedly canceled. When they said, oh, we're going to get rid of Johnathan Majors because of whatever situation. He has got past that situation. We found out that he wasn't guilty in the situation. And now you end up with this big film. This is a film that people were fighting over, but Zeus is going to be premiering it. Is it March 21st?
Yeah, it comes out March 21st. This is our first film. So,
that's major. Like, congratulations,
thank you.
Sure.
I'm super excited about this movie because, respectfully, I've been very careful, cautious, and calculated with investing in scripted and films because that's new territory for us,
right?
And I don't want it to feel like it's like bootleg or low quality. I want all of our films to feel like high quality premium.
No, this is a blockbuster.
Yeah,
like this is not Tubi.
Yeah,
no shade.
Yeah,
but that's what you was trying to say.
I wasn't trying to. I'm not gonna say. You said that. I didn't say that. But I just feel like look, Tubi has their own business model and their strategy and what type of films and shows that they put out. I think for us, I just want everything to feel really high quality when it comes to our films, and so we have to be very strategic in that area. And then it just, from a branding standpoint, it just felt like very much on brand for Zeus.
Absolutely.
Like you said, there were a lot of things that happened with Johnathan. I've gotten to know him. He's a super cool guy, very talented, and I felt like he approached me and asked if we could invest in the film and if we could be a partner, and I said absolutely. And we it was a very large amount of money, but I think it was worth it, and I think it's going to do very well in theaters and ultimately on our platform when we release it on Zeus. So I'm really excited. I mean, it's an incredible film. His acting is absolutely phenomenal. I think he should win an Oscar for it. I think it's probably some of his best work, and I think he would agree that this is like absolutely one of the best films that he's done from an acting standpoint. And so, he completely embarked and just embraced the character, and just the story is actually a really good story. I was entertained the entire time, and it was a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Just watching it. So,
how amazing would that be to win an Oscar?
That would be a tremendous blessing. But I think it's going to win. Even if it doesn't win an Oscar, I think it definitely will get nominated. I think it'll win other awards for sure. Hopefully, some whatever other. It's already won Sundance and a few other festivals. And it's the feedback from all the trades, all the consumer publications, and even the blogs have been all positive. And it's an incredible film.
I think this is cool because it's like to see somebody that looks like us, our age, young, that's doing their thing like this. And even though there's controversy around your shows, it's not a lot of like bad or backlash, nothing around you. We did hear certain things where people come out, like you had Chrisbrown come out. And when I look at you, it makes me think of like a young Diddy, like the movement that he had a mogul. Obviously you don't want to call anybody that nowadays because it's a little shaky. But she did say that y'all had a moment, right? That he actually roughed you up a little bit, I guess, on the behalf of her. Was that true?
Listen, I plead the fifth. No, no, look, I think, like you said, I'm me. This whole comparison to Diddy, and like I said, I feel like people need to understand that, yes, like, you know, maybe from a fashion standpoint, but I think we grew up completely different. I'm not, you know, I'm completely, I'm not him. I'm not him. I'm not related to him.
But do you know him? Did that situation happen?
I don't know Diddy. I don't know Diddy. I don't know him like that. No, we've met, you know, we've sponsored some parties, but I've never had any type of personal relationship. We never hung out and had, you know, conversations about life and doing any real business together. I mean, we've talked about some things when I've met him in public around people, but no, not to that extent.
Because I wondered about that story, because there's things that like Chrisean sometimes says that people say is not necessarily true. Yeah. One of the things that was super big, obviously it went beyond viral, was when she accused her sister of sexual abuse, sexual assault. Now, was that something that when that moment happened, because obviously when I tell you I heard everybody speak on that situation, were you kind of like a little wary of even putting that out at all?
No, I think everybody deserves the right to tell their story, you know, and to address certain things, especially on Baddies. You know, these are very sensitive times and topics, so, you know, I very touchy. Yeah, I don't really get involved into all in all of that. You know, I don't have a opinion or really, you know, I don't. That's not really something that I can really discuss or talk about. But yeah, I mean, if you know, when we roll those cameras and people decide to bring certain things up that are sensitive, you know, we air it. You know,
but is it true?
I have absolutely no idea what Chrisean and her sister or family members have gone through. I don't know Chrisean and her family like that. I've met them, you know, as we've, you know, worked at both Chrisean and Tasiki has worked on Baddies, but I've never had real personal conversations with them about certain things like that. Because
I would feel like y'all relationship is a little weird, and the reason why I say is because you and Chrisean, and the reason
we're cool.
Well, the only reason why I say that is because she's accused you of some things like shorting her check, taking money, which I don't know. You know,
that doesn't exist. Chrisean has been paid very well from the Zeus Network. Her family has been paid very well when we've you know, had them appear on, I think, Crazy in Love. Yeah. Her sister has been paid very well. Everybody's been paid well. Those are just like, that's just untrue. And I think, you know, look, everybody's entitled to what they feel is a lot of money. And now, I mean, that's very subjective. I think when people make certain money on Zeus, I think it's a lot of money. We pay more than most, if not all, traditional networks. We're paying our talent like top dollar.
And you would know because you worked in production on most of the
I know what the budgets look like on, I mean, they BET, VH1, I know their budgets.
Do you think it's like an entitlement thing? Like people get a little comfortable and feel like they should be you?
We definitely spoil our talent, you know, but, you know, we want them to feel incentivized. We want them to feel like, look, this we value you. You know, that was really why I paid people what they paid. I felt like a lot of artists and talent and cast members were underpaid significantly. And I felt like Zeus could be a home to really pay them what they deserve to be paid behind the scenes, folks that work behind the scenes and folks that are in front of the screen.
Right.
So, you know, when you compare the numbers, you know, I'm not going to disclose exactly what we pay people, but, you know, if they look at a Love and Hip Hop contract versus a Zeus contract, it's night and day different. I know what they pay. I've seen those contracts. I've seen or those cast members have expressed what they make.
Right.
And we've not only doubled or tripled the amount that they make. You know, we've given them countless opportunities.
And you promote their music as well. Yeah. So do you make money off of the music?
No, we don't make money off of their music at all,
which is crazy, you know? Because you could take a percentage because you're pushing.
We could do a lot of things. We could do a lot of things, but we don't. You know, we're not enslaving our talent. We're not, you know, cutting them small checks. We're not doing any. It's actually the total opposite. They're free to do whatever they want, and they make a lot of money from Zeus. And we promote their materials, whether it's music, fashion, their businesses. We sponsor a lot of, our cast members' events.
Yeah.
We collaborate with them if need be on certain things. I mean, we do a lot. They have acts. Some of them hit me up on DMs or my cell and ask for things, and sometimes I'll consider it and say, yeah, let's talk. Let me talk to the team and get back to you. But we're like probably one of the best networks that are out there paying talent, what they deserve, to make. And I just think that we value everybody at Zeus, like I said. And so, no, that's not true for Krishan to say that. And I think look, I mean, it's public information. She asked me to pay her, I think, when all this kind of started with the rumors. I mean, we've since, have resolved that issue, but she was asking for, I think, $200,000 for a one-day shoot for the reunion. And I said no, and I agreed to pay her at the time. I said I'll give you $100. Paying somebody $100 for a one-day shoot. $100,000. $100,000. What did I say?
$100.
Oh, I mean,
I was about to say $100 is crazy.
Paying someone $100,000 for a one-day shoot is a lot of money. When you got
That's true.
15 other girls up there. So it's like, we value you. I can't give you $200,000. I can pay you $100,000. That's the best I can do. We still have a lot of other expenses, and hopefully, we break even or even profit off of this production. But I try to go as far as I can. And again, I don't. It's all subjective. Is $100,000 for Krishan to show up at a Baddies reunion a lot of money? I think so. But it's all relative and subjective. I mean, me asking Beyonce, yeah, maybe $100,000 is not a lot to Beyonce.
Maybe she feels like she's the Beyonce of Baddies.
Sure. And, and that she has that right. And I think all of them feel like they're the Beyonce of Baddies. I think they all feel that way.
I could see that. I could see that. Now, what about the relationship with Ray J? Because a lot of people know about Zeus because of the sit-downs that you guys orchestrated together between whatever two people had problems, whether it was, what was it, Tommy? Was it Tommy and Akbar? No, Natalie and wheelchair and the other one. You know what I'm saying? All the sit downs is where we first kind of really got like viral moments that I'm aware of out of Zeus, right? What is your relationship with you two guys? Because we know that he has his own streaming platform. He's been doing a lot of things. Is it peace or is it still?
I don't have issues. I don't have beef with anybody. I don't walk around anywhere with beef. I sometimes people just create beef, or maybe it's fake beef, or I have no idea why people do what they do. But I am reachable. I'm pretty, I'm
Which I don't have a relationship anymore.
No, me and Ray have always been friends. We've been great. Okay. I don't know where I'm cool with Ray. If I saw Ray today, hey, what's up, bro? You good? How you feeling? Good to see you. Whether he would do that with me, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I think we're cool. I mean, he's reached out a few times via text, and it's been positive. But yeah, I don't have beef with Ray J. I've never had beef with Ray J. I don't even know where the beef started. I think he created the beef by trying to create a marketing plan to get viewers to come to his network. That's what I think. I mean, that would be the only thing. I mean, I was kind of caught off guard, like, wow. Like,
so he ain't sent no goons to you? Because they tried to say that he sent some goons to do something. I seen that somewhere. That didn't happen.
No, I've never, respectfully, I don't know.
You're like, what goons? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, he's never done that with me. Nobody's ever done that. I've never had, like I said, I'm not a street guy. I'm not, I'm not out there representing, any gang or any anything like that. So we're not out here causing trouble, me or Zeus. I mean, if people are approaching us with issues, of course we'll try to handle it in amicable ways. And if people attack us, I mean, yeah, sure, my guards or certain people may react and retaliate, but we are de-escalators when it comes to security, when it comes to my team. Like I said, nobody's out here looking to cause any trouble or start drama. We're in our own, universe. We're in our own world. So, I think people are looking at us and I can't believe, wow, they have a lot of success. They have a lot going on. And I think people, try to use us for clout. I think people try to use us to get eyeballs or viewership or listeners. Not saying you, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying people do that all the time. I think people, you know, I mean, look, we're a hot topic right now. We have a lot going on. You know, it is, you know, the cost of doing business. But no, we're not out here causing issues with Ray J, his team. There's no goons that's been sent to me. There's nothing that's happened to me or my team. And it's been nothing but love and respect across the board from everybody.
Who's a person that might have reached out to you that you were shocked, or somebody that you actually may have been a fan of growing up? Any of that happened yet for you?
No, you know what?
They probably scared they're gonna get beat up on one of your shows.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you know, I get the question. Now going back to the question, because you know the show does have a lot of loud moments, so you would think that we're out. No, I mean the shows are the shows, you know, and we keep that in the Zeus universe in the shows. But outside of that, no, we don't have issues. But no, there hasn't been anybody that has reached out. I mean, I've had a lot of people.
Because I feel like even Johnathan Majors reaching out at a time when he did, that's low-key kind of big. Like, for you to be into the reality television world of things, or the reality streaming world of things, to major films. Like, you know, I know that had to be something that you was like, wow, like, I probably wanted to get there, but I didn't think it was coming right now today.
You know, I look at it differently nowadays. You know, I'm on the buying side. I'm an investor. So for me, most of the time, people are reaching out to me for something that they want or need. So it's not like I'm calling them for something, you know. And I say that in the most humble, respectful way. Like I said, we've been tremendously blessed to be where we are. So, you know, no, I don't think anybody has. I mean, we've had tons of stars reach out. Literally, I mean, I've probably heard from almost every star.
I think that's fire.
Especially in Black Hollywood. Yeah. You know, almost every, whether that's scripted, unscripted, music, fashion. We've heard from everybody. So whether, you know, so I don't really get, it's not like a shock value for me, like, oh wow, this person reached out. It's usually like, oh wow, this person reached out. What is it that they're asking for? What do they need? What do they want us to invest in? And then ultimately, hey Lem, what are you gonna do? And that's really kind of how it works in my universe and world nowadays. So I don't really get shocked, and I say that in the most humble, respectful way. You know, so you know, maybe I don't know, maybe trying to think. I don't know who, because ultimately I gotta.
Can we see Denzel on Zeus?
You know, Denzel, you know what it is. It's such a unique time. Like I think yes, I have so much admiration and respect, and everybody is like, okay, that's Denzel Washington. But from a business standpoint, I'm always thinking like, it doesn't matter who the star is. Are these people gonna generate subscribers?
I know that's
right. You know, to the network. Are they ultimately, is this investment going to be something that will create eyeballs and subscriptions for Zeus? And you know, and that's always the question. And you know, like we've invested in, even Floyd Mayweather reached out, and we distributed a couple of his fights, you know, his exhibitions.
Right. Oh, I forgot about that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, so we have A-listers reaching out, or we partner. You know, chrisbrown has even reached out at one point in time, and was he had pitched me and asked if we were interested in distributing one of his live concerts. And
that's fire.
Unfortunately, I wanted to do it. I really wanted, and we were trying to make it happen, and it just was a scheduling conflict between him and me, and so it unfortunately never materialized into something. But you know, we FaceTimed each other. It was like, hey Chris, hey Lem, what's up, man? You know, and he hit me up. So it was one of those things where I was like humbled by him reaching out. But ultimately I would have made that investment like that. But yeah, it's just, you know, we've heard from Ye and his team about. So
he's one of the people that for some reason I feel like Zeus and Ye should have something together. I literally have his name written down as a person I was going to ask you about. And it's because it's something about his model and your model that I feel like will work together. Yeah.
Look, I think if we have been pitched a few things from him and his camp. We've talked a few times about some projects. It's just, you know, he has a lot going on.
Absolutely.
And so I think,
so do you.
Yeah, we both got a lot going on. So it's like, you know, and shout out to Justin LeBoy, who really connected us and really tried to make some things happen. But yeah, I think it's just really about a lot of times finding that right project, because it's like I said, it's not about the person. It's like you got to create a hit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's about hits. When you reach a certain level of success and you generate a certain amount of subscribers, you always want to hold and scale. So that's kind of the goal. Like that's the game. You're holding the subscribers, scaling at the same time. So it's not always about who the person is, because you could have somebody on the platform and it just not do well at all.
And it could be the biggest name. Or it could be like the Aunties podcast, which when I tell you at first, I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And it was a hit.
Right.
Now they got beef going on there too. So are we going to see what's going on? I think it's you now. I'm starting to think it's you.
No, it's not. Look, no, listen. First of all, that was a really fun project to work on. And, I'm definitely open to doing another season with the ladies. It just has to be the right time, and we got to figure out, exactly when we would want to do it. But
is it true that they can't get along to have another season?
It was intense. It was intense sometimes while we were shooting, and then when the episodes aired, they did their thing online, and it was pretty intense there as well. But,
yes.
But I love Aunties. It's a great show. They're all loud and provocative, and
you're like
real.
the total opposite of everything you like, and it's the craziest thing to me. It's like the things that you invest your time in. To me, when I look at you, you're like, you seem so reserved and quiet, and I'm like, oh, now he got a side in him that gets crazy.
We all got a side.
That gets crazy.
I wouldn't say crazy. I would say I can be intense sometimes when it comes. It's a lot of money that's being spent, a lot of moving parts. A lot of our productions, we have over 100, almost 200 people sometimes on set.
Outrageous.
Working on these shows. It's a very accelerated process. Every 30 days we're fighting to keep subscribers on our platform. So every show matters, every investment matters, every collaboration matters. All of our marketing, we try to come up with so many different ways to market our network, our content, the different brands, and so we've taken pride in being flashy and loud and provocative. We want to be the loudest ones in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's been a marketing strategy that's worked. So you might see the bling, you might see the nice clothes, you might see security, you might see the talent that we work with, you might see the PJ. All that's part of marketing. All that is a part of the Zeus world and universe. And it requires a lot from me. It requires a lot from our content partners, our teams. It's
but do you get
hours.
Fight back from sponsors ever? Because all those, like, I think about Love and Hip Hop Days, they had to bring it back.
We don't have advertising.
Nothing at all.
That's why we're subscription based.
That's crazy.
We don't fight to have advertisers. When I launched Zeus, I said it's going to be really important that we, because of the nature of our content and who we're working with. You knew
it wasn't going to get big sponsorship.
Yeah, because it was like, hey, well, it was really a decision, a business model. It was a business decision based upon what business model I wanted to pursue, and it was like, in the VOD space, video on demand, there's really only three routes you can go. You can go AVOD, which is advertising video on demand. You can go subscription, which is SVOD, subscription video on demand, or TVOD, which is transactional video on demand. And so for me, I looked at the different models and said what would work best for our brand and our network, and I thought that's a subscription video on demand platform, and that model would be best for Zeus. AVOD is hard, because of our content and how loud and raw and real it is. Advertisers probably wouldn't want to put certain placement or product placement or integrate their brand within our shows. So we have, like I said, that's why we have to be very strategic on our marketing when it comes to, and we heavily rely on social media when it comes to the marketing. When it comes to the marketing. So, and I've been posting a lot of our stuff, and now that they have this collaboration tool, you'll see a lot of posts from me. We'll collaborate with the different pages. It works. It works very well. And, but it's work.
Very well.
It's work. But we don't pursue advertising yet. I think, once we start to create more programming that like Smile LA would have been a great show for an AVOD platform because it's very positive. It's
Thank God, because fixing some of these big teeth out here, saving the world, and messed up teeth. I mean.
Right, no, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, it could have been great. So we're looking at ways to potentially be a hybrid of, SVOD, AVOD, kind of like how Hulu is. They promote both services. So we're just trying to figure out, but it's really about being able to produce and have more content that we can release more original shows. And so, we like I said, we take pride in our shows. I'm very hands-on with all of our shows, whether that's Baddies, whether that's Jocelyn's Cabaret, Smile LA. I especially for a first season, or if
that thing is everywhere. I've been seeing that thing everywhere.
Yeah.
But how does that? I'm sorry.
Which one everywhere?
Smile.
Smile,
Baddies obviously is everywhere. Jocelyn's everywhere, but this is newer, so I'm starting to see that a lot. But because you say you take pride in it, and I see a lot of people. You get a lot of backlash because they're saying you're setting people back. You're setting our culture back. You're setting Black women back. How do you feel when people say things like that?
I don't agree. I mean, people choose. To watch what they want to watch. That's the beautiful thing about technology. And having a platform that's about convenience, choice, and control. It's completely in the hands of the consumer and what they consume. So we don't make people watch Zeus. There's a lot of earned media that comes from Zeus, and you'll see us all over TikTok, Instagram, and clips, and things that people promote and put out. But we're not. That's people do that freely. There's a lot of people that do reviews and they talk about it. They're highly entertained, and I think there's so many different components to these shows. So I don't think and we're not setting anybody back. If anything, we've been 10xing a lot of these people's lives. So like for me, these girls are getting Fashion Nova deals, so they're earning more income than what they were before. They are getting bookings, and they've been able to generate tons of fans. They're making a lot of money. They're now celebrities.
They're getting pregnant. Do you see what's going on with your show?
Who got pregnant?
So Tasiki's pregnant. We know this.
No, she's not pregnant. That was part of her marketing.
Oh, so that wasn't true.
Song. No,
I'll tell you one person.
I don't know if she's pregnant. She might be pregnant.
I'll tell you one person that's really pregnant. Akbar V.
Oh,
she just announced it.
Okay.
She's pregnant. Would you buy her a gift? Because I know you're good at gifting. You give chains out. Would you buy her a gift for her baby shower?
Sure, of course.
Like what?
She's messy.
What?
I have no.
You call me messy is crazy.
I'm not, listen. I'm not. I have absolutely no beef with Akbar. That's crazy.
So diapers at least.
I would buy her a nice gift for her baby shower.
Okay.
I would definitely get her something, and I'm glad you mentioned it. So we got to do it. But I don't have any beef with Akbar. People have the right to choose what they want to participate in. They are absolutely free to speak about their experience. I've never had issues. I mean, we've gone back and forth a few times about maybe some issues, but not to the point where it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But for me, I think that I think she's doing her thing. She has some great music out there. She's she participated on Baddies. She stayed pretty much majority of the time. And I appreciate her services. And if she doesn't want to do it anymore, okay, sure, don't do it. Wish you the best.
What about safety? Because I know fights are allowed because you have beef and y'all both want to fight each other. But what about the moment when Tommy allegedly had a gun on set? Now, how do y'all weed that out? How do you make sure the girls are safe as far as it doesn't go past both of us wanting to fight each other? You have a lot of security, and sometimes the security be on the floor.
Yeah,
I mean, they do.
I don't know,
Sorry, y'all, but
y'all be on the floor.
I see. When I tell you that reunion, I watched it over last night, and one of them got flipped over, and I'm like, this is a big guy, and they're getting flipped over by little, small women, No,
that's a great question. Security is absolutely top priority at Zeus. Which is why you see me. I walk around with security because I feel like I could potentially be, or if not, a target. I'm pretty much a public figure at this point, and Zeus clearly, folks know we're doing very well. We're successful. So I have my own security, and then Zeus has security. We work with a lot of people that we that may have a bit of dark past. But we give people opportunities, that people that want to change their lives, people that want to do different things, and we look past all of that. And so, it is important for me to have security, but I also feel like most importantly, we have made tremendous investments with our security team and adding more guards, and
because now you got to pat the girls down after that.
But just to answer your question though, we made tremendous investments in security overall. We work with PD sometimes when we're in local communities, and they'll work for Zeus for a certain period of time during our productions, and then our actual security guards who work and will be involved in the day-to-day of the operations. We have security at our offices in LA, but we, as far as the Tommy situation, yes, they the security guards, they did their job. They searched her, they searched everybody, and there's no security on the planet that's perfect. Not even TSA. You can walk through, you can do the metal detectors and have people lift their hands and take their shoes off, and you can't guarantee 100% safety, even at TSA, where it's like, regulated by the government. Even Donald Trump, presidents have gotten shot at, where they have the Secret Service and
might have been FBI. Tommy child.
We take our security and our search measures very seriously. Yeah. And so, we can't guarantee 100% safety for anybody, but we do our best. And it's also, something that, we have had a lot of discussions about, because we don't want to, disrupt the production process, because it is a reality show. We don't want to have to check wigs every day and bonnets and, bras.
I think you should. I don't know. Have you seen these episodes?
No, I said every day.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, okay, we're going to check it. Okay, as soon as they have a lunch break and they're not around security, we got to check them, their wigs. And, it's like, it becomes a pretty egregious process that could be very disruptive for our cast members, which is why they sign contracts and they agree not to do certain things, and we take that seriously.
Right.
So for me, we are doing everything right when it comes to security. We've had we've been in business now for 7+ years. We've had no real serious issues that have happened.
Maybe a couple teeth missing, but nothing more than that.
That was, that was the girl. But, no weapons, nobody's died, nobody's, have been seriously injured, it's never happened. And
but if somebody did go as far as to die, like, think about it. You could just hit your head, fall down, somebody, would you stop?
Would I stop what?
The show.
No, I don't think we would absolutely do what we need to do to, to address the issue. But we don't, we're not going to stop operations if something happens. We're not, our guys are trained. Our guys understand what they need to do. As far as the cast members, like I said, we do everything we can to protect them against each other, against folks on the outside. When we go to these venues, we do everything we can. And again, you can't guarantee 100% safety for anybody. I don't think any organization can guarantee 100% safety. That's just not possible.
Yeah.
So I think that based upon the amount of money that we spend in that department, I think we do a heck of a job. And again, none of that's happened. So if something happened, we would deal with it, and we would cooperate and do whatever we need to do to make sure that things are properly handled.
Well, now you're taking your talents to Africa.
Yeah.
Right. Baddies Africa. Yeah. Now, the laws are different there, right? Yeah. So are y'all aware that maybe this fighting and stuff may not be allowed out there? Is it? Did you do your homework on that?
We've done our due diligence. Yeah. I think we've already gone out of the country.
That's why y'all not going to Dubai.
Well, Dubai, every laws are, we might go to Dubai one of these days, but we've done Baddies Caribbean. That was out of the country. We started in Barbados.
I've seen some fights there, though. I ain't never seen a fight in Dubai. You going to jail?
Right?
You going to jail?
But we're 100% doing our due diligence. Every country is different out there. And so,
because like we're lenient here, we have so much more rights than somewhere like, you know, Africa. Women's rights are a little different, just in different countries.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how they're going to receive it. I know you have people that are auditioning also in Africa, or are you just traveling to Africa?
No, there's people that's auditioning from Africa, people that are flying out all across the world to come to the auditions that's happening this Friday on the 31st of January.
So you're holding them in Atlanta, January 31st.
Yes.
Come with your wig sewed down.
Hey, look, they come however you need to come. But yeah, we're excited about Baddies Africa and expanding the brand to, in a huge international market.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot of subscribers in Africa. We have a lot of subscribers in Canada. We have a lot of subscribers in the UK. We have subscribers everywhere in the world. So it's a huge market for us, and we're excited to go there. And to, like I said, to expand the brand, and I think it's going to do really well. I think it's going to be a wonderful experience of a lifetime for the girls, for the crew. For me, I've never been there, so I've never been to Africa. I'm really, really excited. I've always wanted to go, just in general, but the fact that we actually get to do what we love to do out there and film a show and take the Zeus Network out there is going to be a really incredible experience, and so I'm super excited.
Can you share with us some of the locations in Africa?
We're still working on that.
Okay,
we're still working on the locations and where we'll be, but I think that we'll be announcing that very soon. Okay,
perfect. Let's have a little fun before you get up out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna say through the whole network, because I don't want to just say Jocelyn Show or Baddies. I'm gonna just say you pick yours overall. What girl or woman you feel like earns these titles? Out of all the women on Zeus Network. No, it is fun. Out of all the women on Zeus Network, who has the best wig game?
A wig game?
Mm-hmm. Is this that hard?
Who? Janisha doesn't wear wigs.
She got that one little short one. Well, that's good because you couldn't tell.
I was gonna. That's a great question. Who wears? Hold on. What's the question?
Who has the best wig game of the whole network? Because they be switching it up, child. You see the blues. You see short, long, streak of red in the front. The blonde.
Man, that's a great question. I think Natalie probably and Jocelyn are probably tied.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think Natalie and Jocelyn are tied when
it
comes to the wig games.
Okay. Yeah. Who has the best jewelry game?
Me. No, I'm just kidding. No. I think that. I don't know. Who has the best jewelry game? I don't even have a lot of jewelry, honestly.
Because every time we see Krishan, she can't even move her neck. She got so many chains on. Natalie got a nice little set.
Honestly, I think who we haven't seen on Zeus in a while I think Blueface probably had the best jewelry game. He had a lot of dope jewelry.
It's a lot of talk about jewelry right now, especially because Jalen Hurts. Everybody's talking about rappers' jewelry.
I think Blueface probably has the best in the Zeus universe. He probably has the best.
Okay, so Blueface at Jalen. Just kidding. Who smells the best?
Me.
You come with the goods, so you can't say yourself now. That's biased.
Other than Zeus, who smells? I don't smell people.
You can't smell scents? So when you came in, you ain't smell my amazing perfume.
You mean at Zeus?
Yeah.
No, you smell wonderful.
I smell good.
I would give that to you 1,000%.
Oh, thank you. I just had to put that out there. I don't play by my scent.
I would say all of our girls smell great, and our guys, and the folks behind the scenes, and the folks in front. I think everybody at the Zeus Network smells wonderful.
Who got the best hands? Who you putting your money behind? If you had to put money behind the one fighter to fight whoever, who are you putting your money behind?
The best fighter.
I know who I'm putting my money behind.
Right now?
I
would say at Zeus.
I
would say Johnathan.
Johnathan.
I got to roll with Johnathan.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't even thinking about Johnathan. Yeah. Johnathan got them hands in two ways.
Right. So I would definitely say Johnathan.
So wait, are you ever going to bring that back? Baddies for the guys?
Bad Boys?
Bad Boys.
We're talking about it. We're in discussions about bringing another season back.
Because that was like, what, 2 seasons? You had Orlando on there?
I might make a special announcement soon. I don't know.
Orlando was epic for you to have him on there.
People
You're
really
a troll
love that
for
show.
doing
People
it.
really love that show.
Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, last one is who can handle their liquor the best?
None of them.
Everyone's quiet as hell. Y'all was saying names in the background. Everybody like,
who can handle their liquor the best?
who can handle their liquor?
At Zeus behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
I would say James Gorham. No, I'm just kidding. And Daryl Love.
That's it.
No,
Put nobody on.
as far as like talent, I would say, man, their liquor.
This is a hard
That's
one.
a
This is
super
the best.
tough one. None of them can handle their liquor. I mean, they all turn into different people.
Really?
Yeah, that's their kryptonite. Alcohol.
All right. Well, if you're trying to be a part of the madness, Baddies auditions go down January 31st. How would they reach out to y'all to try to even be a part or to audition at all?
Yeah, we just posted the address today. We just posted the address online, the location, the time, but also go register to participate. And hopefully you'll get a shot at being on Baddies Africa.
Yeah.
And then I would say just follow everything online. The process, it's pretty simple, straightforward. But yes, this is this Friday, the 31st. I forgot the actual name of the venue. The Pangea
We're at it anyway. So what is
Studio? Pangea Studios.
Pangea Studios.
It starts we open the doors at 12 o'clock.
Okay, and usually how long does that last? Super long, right?
It starts at. It depends. It depends on how many people show up. We try to get everybody in there. We try to move things along. We're excited about our main stage judges. We have Carisha and Saucy and Natalie judging, and then we have.
Well, the girls kind of was mad at Saucy with the reunion.
He's great though. He's great. So
you love Saucy, but the girls don't necessarily love him.
Saucy is a great. I think some of the girls like him. I think some of them.
They think he plays favoritism when it comes to the reunion.
I don't know. I
That's what I heard.
Maybe he does. I don't know, but I think he did a great job hosting the reunion. So.
Yeah, so that's why you brought him back for the auditions.
Yeah, I think he's gonna
against the women's will.
And Carisha, Carisha and Saucy dynamic. The Carisha and Saucy dynamic, I think, is going to be highly entertaining. With Natalie, it's going to be great.
So the last audition, y'all had a little bit of an incident where a woman apparently came out and they tied it to your brand.
Yeah.
So even though I'm pretty sure you didn't know or meet the woman,
that was all a lie.
So how does that feel, though? Because when you don't even have anything to do with something, they're still tying you to it. You're big at that point, but...
people can say what they... Yeah, exactly. It's like they literally just made that up. And so we had nothing to do with that.
You didn't know that woman?
Didn't know her. Timing was... We didn't... They said it happened in Ohio instead of Detroit. We held the auditions in Detroit, and back in... I don't even remember when the auditions happened, but it was like in the summer or something, or fall. It was October, yeah. And the incident, I think, happened in January in Ohio, so I don't even know how those two correlate with Baddies. But yeah, people make up stuff all the time. There's people who go online, and we can't keep track of everything. It's just like, I'll address the things that I need to address. Zeus will address the things that it needs to address, and, we go from there. But yeah, I can't, I'm not going to ever just sit back and let people just make stuff up or talk crazy about the network or me. I appreciate.
Have your threesomes.
I appreciate. No. I don't know what she's talking about.
What? That's what they said online. No threesomes for you.
No.
You don't like those? I thought all men like threesomes.
Like I said, I don't like to. I don't like to publicize my personal life. That's like me asking you, what do you like to do?
I talk about things. So I'll be like, okay, I don't like threesomes. I'm not a threesome girl. So
yeah, I think for me, I'm not. Yeah, I don't even talk about stuff.
Don't listen to me. Keep talking what you were saying.
I just look. People literally will make things up. Like they said I was married. They said this. They said I have kids. I've never had kids. I've never been married. I've never been engaged. None of these things. They just make stuff up. They literally make stuff up.
But you didn't say you never had a threesome.
This is crazy. This is the first.
I'm a troll like you.
This is the first time I've ever heard. This is like literally new information today. about me and my personal sexual.
Oh my God, with the threesome?
Yeah, I've never heard this. This is new.
This is really the first time you ever heard that?
I have. Listen, I have.
So it's the Charisse Mills girl from Chance of Love. She said that you was having threesomes with her and Janisha.
I don't address people. I don't address certain things that people say and make. I just it's for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I gonna? I'm not gonna give people what they want all the time unless I need to discuss certain things. I will. If I don't, I don't need to address it. I think people just, like I said, people will say whatever they feel.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control what people say about Zeus, about me, about certain talent. I think the more success we get, yes, there's going to be a lot of people saying all sorts of things, not just about me, but even how Zeus operates or this or that, how much people say they make, or I can't address everything. You know what I'm saying? There's people that say they made this, and I'm just like, or they'll say we didn't make any money, and then we have a contract where you literally
you have it.
You know what I'm saying? So, I can't control. Like I said, that's a new one, but the whole threesome thing is brand new. I don't.
I feel like you heard it before.
I have never heard that.
You
I
really
swear
did
on
it?
everything in me. I've never heard that.
Okay, you had Nene for the reunion. Would you be interested in doing a reality show with her? We know she's not going back.
We've talked to Nene about. I think Nene. We've talked about doing several things with her. I think she's great. She's very talented. She's she's a vet. She's iconic.
She literally was the Atlanta housewife. So I feel like us having platforms now, but as us people, we could make something for her when she gets pushed out of the white platforms, right?
Yeah, no, look, we've worked with her. We've hired her.
She got to sell some subscriptions, though. That's what it is.
The thing is with Nene, which it has, like I said, it could be any.
She a little older. You got younger scale.
But we're always we skew very young now. But I think the beautiful thing about being in the subscription space is we want to generate as many subscribers as possible. Right. So if we could have, different demos in different days for shows and different people, and we're generating, that's like the goal. So, we want to be able to work with all different types of people. But I think Nene's great. We've worked with her. She does great. The fans love her. We have a wonderful business relationship. She's awesome. I love Nene, and she's easy to work with. But
despite what people say, but more from Zeus. Baddies Africa. Make sure y'all pull up to that. Make sure y'all support everything. Lemon Pepper.
Oh God, that's another one. They call me Lemon Pepper.
You don't like that either?
No, I don't care.
I thought it was cute.
No, that was funny. The Lemon Pepper joke was funny, and it is what it is.
So we just gonna say Lemmy because we don't like that. I ain't like how your mood just switched. It was like that wasn't a good.
No, look, they call me Lemon Pepper. They call me Lemmy.
I like it. I think that's swaggy.
It is what it is. I get. I don't know.
But thank you so much for your time. They call you the boss, is what I heard at Zeus Network, because he is the boss.
Call me the intern.
Oh, the CEO to be exact. Thank you so much for coming by the Morning Hustle Show. We support everything that you do. Let the people know where they can follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Lemuel Plummer. Please subscribe to the Zeus Network. We have some wonderful projects coming out this year, scripted films. We're going to be doing more films.
I love that.
And more original unscripted shows, and some new specials, and we're going to be working with all sorts of people. So, please make sure you guys subscribe and continue to stay with us.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This is fun. And thank you again for waiting, and I appreciate you.
No, I never wait for anybody.
I know.
No.
This means a lot. This means a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.